Another hello, 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 dear friends. Myself Sudarshan Patil. Today we are going to learn report writing. Actually, another significant form of written communication is report writing. Written communication covers letters, reports, email writing, technical drafting, notices, memos, etc. Today we are going to learn report writing. C.A. Brown rightly defines a report as a communication from someone who has to inform someone who wants to use that information. Means a person who has information and he wants to convey that information to somebody into the into formal manner. It describes the events or individuals to someone who requires it. Either it describes an events, incidents, happenings, or even it describes sometimes individuals also. This is the simple definition. I would like to repeat it again. C.A. Brown defines a report as a communication from someone who has to inform someone who wants to use that information for some purpose. It describes the events or individuals to someone who requires it. So that report describes either happenings, incidents, some movements or individuals to someone who requires it. So reports means we can simply say a statement or a description of what has been said, seen, or observed, or investigated, etc. Or it is a treatise including facts, figures, information, then analysis, suggestions, recommendations, etc. Specially presented for some purpose. It is a formal presentation and it is in a written form. It is written complete with conclusions reached and recommendations suggested. It provides background material and relevant information in decision making and action taking also. Even it is rightly said that reports carry information from those who have it to those who need it. It reflect they reflect flow of information and have become integral part of modern information management for decision making. Even you might have learned in your schools how to write report, but here we have some different format of report writing. Then we'll see what are the characteristics of good report. First is correctness of a facts. Whatever you are going to write into the report, that should be correct. The fact should be correct. If consider that if you are the site engineer and the project manager of that construction ask you, give me the briefing of exact position of site, so you have to prepare the report of that and you have to provide the correct information. Briefness means in a minimum formal way you have to provide the information, that should not be lengthy. Then objectivity of suggestions, sometimes you have to give the suggestions. For example, you are a software engineer and you need some more developers in your team so that the project should be completed in a time. So you can draft a report to your project manager that if we need to complete this project in a time, I suggest that more developers are required. Then precision, your report should be precise. Then relevance, the report should have a proper relevance with the subject and with the incident or event. Then easy language, keep the information as easy as simple so that it should be understood to your superior authority. Then clarity, the clarity of the message. Uh, Clarity is the principle of communication, and if you maintain the clarity in report writing, there should not be any misunderstanding or uh, deviation or distraction from the subject. Maintain the clarity. Then reader orientation, that you should have a proper reader orientation while writing a report. Your report should be understood easily for the your reader. So keep the readability of the report in a proper manner. So these are the characteristics of report. Now through one example we'll see how to write a report. This is one example. There are various examples are given in the notes. You can read those notes, and you have to even practice report writing as a homework. As I have explained one just shortly, one report of a site engineer. As a site engineer, you need to submit a report of progress of the site, or as a software engineer, you need to submit a progress of the software. So such a type of report may ask, or fall in production report, accident report. So we'll see one example. While handling a welding machine, one of the students received serious burns. As supervisor in charge of the welding workshop, draft a suitable report for submission to the principal of your institute. So here you have to write on the left hand side the address. You have to imagine all the things. The address, the name is not given. Write the name and write the detail that as a workshop in charge you have to write. Here you can write even XYZ. Instead of name, write XYZ. XYZ. Then whom you are actually, you have to submit report as the workshop in charge. So write the name of imaginary polytechnic, and even write the address and the date. You can change the date. Then to whom you have to submit, of course, to the principal of the institute. On the left hand corner, write sender's address and the receiver's address. Recipients or receivers. To whom you have to submit this report? To the principal of the institute. See here. So to the principal, the name of polytechnic, and subject, report on an accident in workshop. What you have to write? That while handling a machine, one of the students received a burns injury. So as a workshop in charge, you have to submit this report. So subject line should be very small. Report on accident in workshop. Here even you can add the reference also. In the reference you can mention that as per oral communication, by or oral instruction of the principal. Reference you can write oral instruction from principal. Even the principal may give you the letter also. In that letter he may ask you submit a detailed report. Injury, and you are the you have to imagine that you are the workshop in charge and you have to submit the report. So first you have to write here on the left hand corner sender's address, receiver's address, then subject, then reference, and next element of the report you have to write here, that is respected sir. Now in the first paragraph you have to write just introduction, what happened. So with reference to the above mentioned subject, I regret on, you can write here a date 23rd of April 2021, right? And you are submitting this report on the 25th of April. Means on the 23rd of April the accident took place at 2 p.m. while performing welding job. A student named Krishna Vasudev Kamble was performing the practical in the workshop and unfortunately accident took place. In a simple language, in the first paragraph itself you have to tell the fact. Then the nature of accident. Nature of accident. Krishna Vasudev Kamble had opened the knob of the tube which was attached to cylinder. He wanted to light the flame, but the matchstick being wet couldn't lit fast. In the meantime, gas was coming out of the tube, and when the matchstick was lit, the student was involved in flames. His hands and legs got serious burns injuries. In this particular point, nature of accident, you have to tell what happened exactly. Do not give any wrong information. Provide exact information. As we have done on element of the risk. Do not hide any information in any report. In future, you are also going to be work as a employee for the company. So you may be asked to submit such a report. So whenever writing such a reports, provide the facts and figures. Do not hide anything from any. You did exactly. The student was that particular student. The student was immediately given the first aid and then shifted to the nearest hospital as burns were chronic. The doctor admitted him in the hospital and treatment was given to him. The doctor suggested him to stay in the hospital for 5 days. So what exactly as a workshop in charge you did? That of course you use the first aid which is available in the laboratory, and afterwards with the help of car or public transport you might have shifted to him. So this you have to write into the first aid help. Now the next element of the report is that you have to write causes of accident. What happened exactly? Causes. What is the reason behind the accident? Causes of accident. The accident occurred due to the negligence of student. The student was not careful while performing practical. He was performing practical without wearing the workshop apparel. So these are what causes of accident. Even you can write that the student was not attentive to the instruction of the workshop superintendent. The student was not attentive to the teacher's instruction. So you have to write 3-4 causes of accident. Then preventive measures suggested means, as a workshop in charge, what kind of suggestions you can provide to avoid such a accidents in the future. All students must wear workshop apparel while performing workshop practicals. Means when students enter into the workshop, they must wear their apparel. We have adequate workshop instructor to monitor students. Even there are requirement of more instructors, more teachers to monitor the activity of the students while they are performing workshop practicals. Instruction board should be displayed to guide the students activities in workshop. Means some you can say that some old board good condition, so you have to display new instruction boards. So this suggestion you can write. In every batch there should be only 22 students to give full attention on the students. Means the students must be limited to only 22 figure. They should not the limit should not be crossed. Then the training of safety measures must be given to the students. Even this is also essential thing. With the help of some expert, the training should be given to the students and even to staffs also. So these are the few suggestions. At the end, you have to conclude with the paragraph. The above preventive measures should be implemented at earliest to avoid such accident in future. I hope higher authority will take necessary decision on this. This is for action. Thank you. You have to conclude in a positive manner. And again you have to write yours faithfully. Here actually you have to do the signature while writing into the real condition. Then here you have to write XYZ as mentioned into the sender's address, then your post, workshop in charge, and the name of the polytechnic. So this is a report writing. Hope you have understood. So we have learned actual report writing. This is an accident report. While writing a report, we have to focus on these characteristics of good report: correctness of facts. Just we have learned one example of report. Let's have a glimpse on correctness of facts. We have the correct information. Then briefness, the report is short and sweet. Then objectivity of suggestions, we have provided objective suggestion. The precision is there. When the relevance, the topic means a whole report is relevant. Then easy language, we have maintained the easy language. Then clarity, of course we have maintained the clarity. And the reader orientation means readability is there. We have just created accurate report for principal. Hope you have understood. If you have any doubt about report writing, please ask through WhatsApp, or even you can do call. Thank you.